Hello. Welcome to my channel. This is Artiz Strouds. Today we'll be talking about Real and Raw Season 2, Session 1, just my journey with affiliate marketing. And specifically, we're talking today about my first affiliate sale. And I'm going to be upfront and honest with you. I'm going to be real and raw in here, but I was this close to quitting. I've been working for 4 months and this close to quitting, but excited I finally got it. And so this will be a real honest just talk with you guys about where I'm at, who I am, and kind of go from there. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. And so, hey, you guys may hear some noise in the background. I didn't get a chance to stay up late night, do this video. My kids, you may hear them in the background, or my wife or something like that. But hey, this is part of entrepreneurship. You just improvise and make things happen. So, but specifically today, wanted to start with, this week, and I'll just be talking about this week. It's 4/13 all the way to 4/17. And in this time span, it has been a tough week, man. The goal for this week was just to get a sale. I'm connected with an online marketing education platform that is helping me in major ways. And specifically, so my number one goal this week was to make my first sale. And so I put in my ads inside of Facebook and let them run for 3 days. And just this whole week, I'm a recovering perfectionist. I hate to admit that, but man, I am a perfectionist. And I wrote wrote something on Facebook, my Facebook page, about the silent business killer, perfection. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, that's so true, man. So earlier this week, got involved and was just, got to a place of analysis paralysis and just mental exhaustion, period. And that just really messed with me. So much so that it won. I was trying to perfect things so much that that I, end up not doing anything. And then I also am in my head all the time as a perfectionist. And so, even this week, I've been up and down emotionally. And then I checked into this book right here from Marie Forleo. It's called Everything is Figureoutable by Marie Forleo. Man, she's got a section in here that says, that talks about, it's about progress and not perfection. Chapter 8. And I'm just going to read some of this to you because I felt like a lot of this, pertained to me. And, and so I'll give you towards the end the key to overcoming, perfection and all that stuff. So again, like I said, this week has been hard for me emotionally. It's been a roller coaster. I've been up and down. I've been feeling like I'm bipolar. One day I'm up, one day I'm down. I'm talking to people, I'm not talking to people. It's just been crazy. There's been additional assignments that have been projects that I've been needing to do that I've, just been stagnant and I haven't been doing it all. So let's see, about what this looks like. So with that said, and she starts out and she talks about perfectionism at its core isn't about high standards. It's about fear of failure, fear of looking stupid, fear of making a mistake, fear of being judged, criticized, and even ridiculed, and even saying you're just not good enough. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought I got rid of this perfectionism bug when I was younger, right before I went into college. I understood that, perfectionists, you're perfecting things and trying to try things out so much so to the point that you'll never mess up. You'll never make a mistake, and you want to get it perfect so that you won't make a mistake, before you even put anything out. And I've just learned that that's not true. I learned that's not true in college, and I felt like, man, that I can overcome this. And so since I can't learn everything, that I'll just accept whatever it is. And so I thought I got rid of this bug from high school going into college, but it seems like it's rearing its ugly head, and this is just who I am. And one of my good friends, Gary J. Weber, I reached out to him, and he kind of showed me the error of my ways and my issues actually last week, and I'm still struggling with them even now today. Just to say, like I said, those two things. One, that I'm trying to perfect ads before I put them out, and two, I'm always in my head and I get to a point of exhaustion. So how to overcome that? Again, we'll get to the solution of that in a second. I just continue want to share this with you because this is a powerful book. I'll also put this in the description below for you to have access to it, whether it be a hardback book or even through Audible. That's another way to get it too as well. But another section, she said, Dr. Gordon Flett found that perfectionism correlates with depression, anxiety, eating disorders, and other mental health problems. Wow, that's deep. And then she talks about, her cringe-worthy workshop. She's also a life coach and entrepreneur too as well. And she was trying to get that set up 7 years before it even really popped off. She had to do a lot of ends and odd jobs in order to make her dream happen. And so she talks about her first workshop, how she makes these pages and gets things printed out, get it all set up, and even go there and she's trying to make it for 30 people, but 5 people show up. 3 is her, 3 happens to be her neighbors, and 2 happens to be her parents. So, she gives this workshop and it's horrible and all that stuff, but she noticed something and she said a quote to herself: starting small and sucky beats staying stucky. And I feel like, man, at a point, you get to a point in perfectionism that you get stuck and it's hard for you to progress forward. And she said in going through that situation, it helped her in so many different ways. One of them was, the first thing is that the 2 most important things she learned from that. First was, I beat the pants off of perfectionism. If I could do it once, I could do it again. And number 2, I was 1 step closer to my ultimate dream of one day teaching in front of thousands. Giving my self the space and grace to suck is the only way I've gotten remotely good at anything. And so, man, when you're initially starting off with something, you must go from outsider to insider. Respect that, embrace that, be willing to suck, because it's a part of the process. And these are things that I'm not just telling you guys, that I'm saying for myself too as well, because I hold myself at somewhat, I say I hold myself at a high standard, but it can be tough. But so what am I saying? Bottom line, the solution is this. You got 2 solutions. One, when you find yourself stuck and in that space, she said, read this out loud. Progress. It's about progress and not perfection. So that's number 1 solution, a key. Progress and not perfection. Okay. And so when you get to a point of being stuck, it's about progress and not perfection. And so secondly, the second thing in regards to that, if that doesn't help you when you're in that place of being stuck, you have to reach out. Second is, you have to reach out to a community. Community has been there for me in so many different ways. I say it like this: community is there to support you during your challenging times and to challenge you during your easy times, okay? And that's what community does, And so I had a guy, Gary J. Weber, man, really was appreciative of him, and he spoke life and wisdom into me during this process. And so let me talk about my first sale of what happened this week. So basically, I put in these ads, on Facebook, and I ran them for 3 days, and and in the second day, pretty much I got frustrated and was like, man, I want to see some success. I want to see some validation for all the hard work that I've been doing, And so pretty much what happened in that process was I ended up talking to my pastor. He was trying to minister to me. And then the next day I ended up talking to Gary J. Weber, and I was telling him about the frustration that I had. Before I talked to him, what was happening is that I had found out that somebody had responded to my ad and said that, hey, I put my email information in and I got nothing, you know what I'm saying? And so at that moment I was like, dog it, I really realized that there was a kink in the process. So I'll just say it this way. This is one thing that I learned in the cinnamon roll business as well as I'm learning now. A confused mind does nothing. If you don't make it clear to somebody the path of how to get this or how to get sweet rolls, or and you make it confusing for them, they won't do anything. So a confused mind does nothing. And so I quickly tried to fix it, and I fixed the email link, and then I responded back to that person on Facebook. I also I have an autoresponder set up to automatically send out emails. And so I responded to, in my Aweber account, in my autoresponder account, I went ahead and responded to the 5 or 6 different emails of people that signed up, and let them know about the glitch and let them know about the issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know if that caused and helped for any sales to come through, but period, I needed to do that. I needed to do that for myself, for integrity's sake, for validation that, hey, I'm giving out the right stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whether this is going to make a sale or not, I got to do that. So anyway, I ended up sending out 2 emails, letting people know an update. Hey, I've been told about an issue, that there's a link issue. And then I just kind of explained to them, hey, this is what you need to do. Go to this website again. You don't have to worry about a link. It'll pop up into a new window for you. So, man, after doing that, I just reached out to my buddy, a guy in the community, Gary Weber. And as I reached out to him, one of the things that connects with people is story. I kind of shared with him my frustration of the process and everything. And he was able to come back and say, hey, I've gone through that issue too as well. I've gone through that issue too as well. And he told me his story about his trial and his struggle that correlated in the same thing. If people don't know, stories are very powerful. They connect you with people in a major way, especially when you're going through a struggling time. If people can connect with you emotionally through story, something they've gone through, they understand your situation, it kind of connects with you well. You know what I'm saying? And you have a friend for life. When you do something with somebody, or when you connect with somebody in trials, I'm talking about in trials, in turmoil, in grief, when you connect with somebody, it kind of bonds you for life with that person, because they've gone with you through trials. You know what I'm saying? And so with that said, man, that connected with me. And then he also spoke a word of encouragement that kind of nourished me when I told him that, hey, I was just this close to quitting. And then he just said some more stuff that was just encouraging to me. So again, with that said, after I got off the line with him, I went and checked my Facebook ad account, and a couple of things happened. One is I got my first 2 sales that I had put up ads for. And so I was just so elated, so excited about that, just emotionally just, drained and also crying. And then I just responded back to my good friend, Gary J. Weber, and just let him know about the success that I was able to have and how he helped me in regards to that. So number one, being a perfectionist is not fun. And the solution, what I learned from it, what I specifically learned from it is that, one, if you get stuck, you have to repeat that. It's about progress and not perfection. If I've moved this thing 1 inch forward, then that's a blessing. And number 2, if I get stuck and that doesn't help me, I got to reach out to a community that's going to help to support me in my challenge, you know what I'm saying, and uplift me in order to get through that tough time. And so there's one last thing that I want to share with you about Marie Forleo. She shares this, that please understand, progress is never a straight line. Progress zigs and zags. It expands, then retreats. You will move forward and then move back, up and down, then sideways and back again. To fight the erratic rhythm of progress is futile. Expect setbacks, stumbles, and big flops along the way. They're inevitable, and they are also positive indicators that you're making progress. And so she gives a bar graph here of showing that the top one is that how we think success is going to go or progress is going to go, but yet this is how it is. This is how progress really happens. And so I just felt that this was very key to use and very powerful period to share with you. And so again, this is Marie Forleo. Everything is Figureoutable is the name of the book. I'll put it down in the description for you guys to get. And so, man, if this describes you, a perfectionist, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I hear you. I go through the same trials and struggles, the ups and downs, the depression and all that stuff. But, you know, and if you're wanting to get into affiliate marketing, you know what I'm saying, please do so. I have a link at the bottom, the first link that you can click on. It's not an overnight get rich scheme, and you know, average results are not ordinary. I would say don't quit your day job. You know what I'm saying? Definitely get into it and move forward and progress with it. Learn a new skill so that you could start earning in regards to setting up your own personal economy, because the way that our economy is right now, as you see with the coronavirus and everything, nothing's promised to you. So it's time for us to move forward. So with that said, if you're interested in that, please click the link below. It will be some work. Again, I'll say it will be some work. But yeah, don't quit your day job and continue to progress forward. Because it's got a great community in regards to it. And again, remember, progress and not perfection is the name of the game. So, hey, man, that was my first sale, you know, and I got a chance to share it with my wife and my kids and, you know, Gary as well. And so it's just exciting. It's just exciting times. You know, I'm still feeling the wave of emotions, but it's going to be good, man. We're going to make it through. So, man, if any of this, you know, blessed you in any way, please smash the like button and comment below, you know, one comment on one thing that you got out of this, and please share this with another. And so with that said, my name is Artiz Strouds, the life coach and entrepreneur, giving you that raw and realness on season 2, you know, episode 1. And we're going to continue this forward, you know, Real Raw Entrepreneurship season 2, talking about my affiliate marketing journey, you know, on a week-by-week basis. So that was my story. Almost quit. Glad I got my first sale, and knowing that I can do this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take some grit. It's gonna take some hard work, and I'm gonna have to do it step by step. But just, you know, I got to do it. Anyway, with that said, thank you guys so much. It's been a blessing speaking to you. You guys take care. Peace.